Good morning, everyone. Shegun Fatima, welcome. Rochelle White, I just love this lady. You don't from New Zealand. You're not even a Nigerian. You're not even New Zealand and never miss a program, night or day. Unbelievable. You know what, Rochelle White? Begin to prepare your family members because with this dedication you have, with this level of dedication you have, I can't imagine you staying over there in New Zealand when I moved to Africa. I can't imagine you staying over there. We've got to take you with us. We've got to take you with us. Wow, she never misses. Day and night. Life. All the way from New Zealand. Different time zones. And yet never misses. We've got to do something over there in New Zealand to bring up awareness, to bring people into the awareness of what you are getting. You've got to find a way of letting your whole country be blessed by this thing. Okay, I got carried away by Rochelle White. And she was just the second person, so let me greet the others. Bosse Fayajola, Keke Adetiba, Yomi Jegede, Ikifa, Daniel Tsenga, Ambassador Shima, Nkiru, Kennedy Festus. Nkiru, but you are in my house here now, Nkiru. Why don't you come over here with your husband and participate in the program so that you could also talk about your book? Or you have not put on the cosmetics? I know the girls must get ready for camera. Girls must get ready for camera, but that book, since you are launching it tomorrow, I thought it would be a good idea to talk about it this morning. So, hello, girl. You choose to minister with your gift and book or to wait until the cosmetics is in place. Or send your husband. That's a good way. If you had already sent the guy, send your husband. Let him come. Okay. All right. Here we are. Okay, she might be coming. If she comes, we might need some shares to be ready for them. Don't do it. Let the boy do it. Yeah, let him think. If there's any other one out there, no? Is there any other share out there? No? Okay, don't worry. In the bedroom. But you don't let the man enter the bedroom. No, she will bring it out and you will take it from there.
John.
No, don't enter the bedroom for now. Ladies. You don't just bump into a ladies' room like that. Maybe, are you married?
I am.
You are,
For over 10 years.
For over 10 years?
I'm still learning.
Yeah, even if you want to obey me, you don't follow her into that room next time. You are going to, okay. They brought it out? Okay, don't worry. All right. Well, sorry, please, I just needed to make some order here. And sorry for that, guys. You are not, because I have some crowd there with me. So it's making it a little bit more exciting. Well, if you have not shared the link yet, please look under the video. And share the link, because this morning is going to be an interesting program. It's going to be an interesting program. So please look under the video and share the link. Well, Father, in Jesus' name, bless this meeting today. Bless this time of fellowship. Minister to everyone. Cause your life to set everybody free. In Jesus' name. Amen. I want to talk today about psychological difference between men and women. psychological differences between men and women. So the first one I want to talk about today is how a man likes to be treated when he's down. How a man likes to be treated when he's down, when he's discouraged, when he doesn't have good mood, when he's depressed, when he's feeling bad. How does a man like to be treated when he's feeling bad or when he's down? As opposed to how a lady would like to be treated when she's down. Now, you guys, you know what I'm about to talk about, because when a lady is feeling bad, we just say, okay, what's the problem? What's the problem now? You know? Tell me, I don't understand. Because normally when she is feeling bad, she'll begin to talk about everything. I can't go that. What is the thing? I mean, 1, 2, 3. Are you feeling bad? Headache or what? Toothache? Is this your woman period or what? What is the problem? And she cannot lay her hands on this. She's always talking about everything. Okay. Is it about that one? Hey, let's go and see a doctor now. She said, no, but not. I don't know what you want. If you have it's headache or you are feeling bad, you don't know what is wrong, and you don't want to go and see a doctor. So what do you want? Me, I don't understand. So I just go out of the room. So because men don't know how to treat a lady when she's feeling bad. Because if a man is feeling bad, he wants an answer and he wants a solution. But when a lady is feeling bad, she might not necessarily be looking for an answer or a solution. She might not be looking for an answer or a solution. She's looking for something else. And we're going to talk about it. So let's start with the men first. You girls, okay, like for example, I remember when I used to grow up. And when I normally feel bad, my grandma, who was my mother, would come around and she would begin to just fondle me and caress me and just, soothe me, and what do you call that? Just try to be sympathetic about, with me, show apathy and just show, rub my mind. Even up to today, when anything bad happens around me and people think I need support, the ladies come and say, oh, no problem, Pastor, no problem. Maybe not the head, but come and hug me and you say, oh, no. Good idea. But the reason the women do that is because that's exactly what she needs. When a woman is feeling bad, she needs empathy. When a woman is feeling bad, she needs sympathy. When a woman is feeling bad, she needs to be fondled and to be caressed and to be, hugged and to be supported, to be given empathy. But not a man. When a man is feeling bad or down, it's not saying, you could do that, but men are only enduring when you come to, fondle them and to hug them and to just, pat them and hug them and do that. They're okay. They know that you are trying to do them well, good, so they endure, but they are suffering as they're enduring. They are feeling really bad that you are feeling that, making them feel weak, that they need to be pitied. So a man doesn't need to be pitied. You know who needs to be pitied? A lady. And that's why, can you come here, my assistant? My newly found assistant. Okay, do you know what the ladies do to a man when he's feeling bad? No, not just a man, to anybody. Let's say I'm feeling bad. Mm-hmm. Okay, you do something to me. Yeah, you hug me, number one. Then what's that you ladies do?
And just pat you on the back. If it was me, I'd just pat you.
Or just what they do. Yeah,
okay. I don't know.
Either in the back or
Yeah, I do this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Is that an act of kindness?
No.
It looks like an act of kindness.
Yes.
Or what? Sympathy,
yeah,
empathy?
I think it's pity. It's like sympathy. And,
okay.
Yeah.
So that's an act of, okay. That's an act of kindness, sympathy, apathy. You do that. And when you do that to your brother or to your dad Do you think you have done a good job?
I can see I didn't.
You are smart to have noticed that. But ladies do it anyway.
Yeah. It's an instinct.
No, they are not saying you. They have to see your answers.
Yeah, it's an instinct. I think.
Yes, because instinctively, that is what a lady needs. She needs to be, she needs to feel that apathy. She needs to feel the sympathy. She needs to feel that somebody is there for her, pitying her, emotional support. But what the man needs when he's feeling bad is that come to tell him and say, what's the problem? He will not like to talk. The reason men don't talk is because they don't believe and they are not sure you can help them. What do they mean that you cannot help them? They don't believe that if they tell you, you have the answer. The only thing he's interested in that particular time is to get the answer. So if you come across or around and say, uncle or daddy or bro, if the problem is with your work, I know your boss, or I know somebody who said he knows your boss, and the person, your boss listens to him. I say, hey, okay, maybe, he might be able to help. So since he knows that you might be able to help, then he comes out and says it. Or if you say, and normally what is bothering men is about money usually. And he's not telling you what's the problem. So he say, I have some money down there. If it is money, let me know. Okay. Sit down. No. Sit down. If it is money, you know what? I have a problem. And then they will begin to tell you. Because he knows that you are bringing an answer. So he will only go or open up to somebody in whom he is seeing the answer and the solution.
Okay.
So when you are do what you did. And what are you trying to do that way? Support me when
support you.
Because I'm feeling bad.
Make you know that I feel how you feel, or I feel.
But the feeling doesn't help me as a man. The fact that you feel the thing I feel, do you think that is helping me? That's what the men are. Men are pragmatic. Men don't feel that even if you feel it, what I'm feeling. So he will say, "No, but that I go shop." That's like saying that's not going to move anything. That's not going to resolve my situation. So he is more interested in you bringing practical solution. But on the other hand, when a lady is feeling bad, first of all, even if you have the answer, as a man, I want you men to listen to this. When a lady is feeling bad, even if you have the answer for her, don't rush to give her that answer. Don't rush to become so pragmatic. Don't rush to just give her the mechanical answer. Because before you give her the mechanical answer, the first thing she is interested in is that you are feeling what she said now. You are feeling exactly what she's feeling. You must associate yourself first with her pain. You must be able to prove to her that, oh, wow, come. Wow, are you feeling so bad? I'm so sorry. Wow, ooh, wow, ooh, wow. Oh, no problem. It will be okay. No problem. Oh, wow. Oh, are you really feeling bad? Ooh, wow, how could they do that? You did that? No. Sorry. It's okay. He said, how much do you need? How much do you say you need? He said it. Okay, no problem. We'll do it. Okay. Once you've comforted that, she first of all needs comfort, sympathy, apathy, understanding. Once you have comforted her, now you can just say, okay, take the money and it's okay. All right? Yeah, all right? So what men need to know is that don't rush to provide solution, to just bring answer and just throw the answer to her. She first of all wants to know, are you really feeling what she's feeling? And that's why she wants you to listen to her. Because when you are listening to her, when you are showing her, you really hear her out. She is feeling, you have heard her, you are experiencing, you are feeling what she's feeling. She wants you to feel what she's feeling first, and then comfort her. How will you have liked to be comforted yourself if you are feeling that bad? So comfort her, give her that comfort, that solution, that support. After giving her the support and the solution, then you can now come with a practical answer to the problem that she has. Thank you. I see that some people, I didn't notice this, but I'm now seeing it, that people are congratulating a few guys who have birthday. So I heard that Kunle has his birthday today. So happy birthday, Kunle. And Alaba's right. Alaba also, is it Kunle Alaba? Is the same person? Okay. Kunle Alaba has birthday, and Mara also has birthday. So happy birthday to Kunle, to Mara. Happy birthday to you guys. Much love to you, Mara. Much love to you, Kunle. Thank you for being a part of our family. We love you. We cherish you. We adore you. We appreciate you. And thank you for being there. So Kunle is 52 today. So you are my born right there. You are my senior. You are my senior. Because I am 50 this year. I am 50 in a few months' time. So 52. Wow. Congratulations and happy birthday to you guys. So the first point we examine today is, for ladies, if you see your man, your son who is feeling bad, your husband who is feeling bad, or your dad feeling bad, when you begin to pity, when he's feeling bad and things are really bad with his business, you say, okay, it's going to be okay, and you begin to pat him in the back, or hug him, or tell him, oh, it's okay. You think you are showing him love, but he's feeling, you are telling him, I'm weak. You are telling him you are weak. You are telling him you are helpless. So if you really want to help him, he wants you to give him idea on how to resolve that problem. Bring a solution. If you cannot bring a solution, then leave him alone. You can say a few things and just go out of the room. Go out of the room. I remember when we were in the village and in Africa, the women used to come when the father of the house is feeling bad. The women will always come and try to always say, oh, what will you eat? What will you do this? Or just leave me alone. Go to the kitchen. They always send the ladies packet. And the lady always wants to come and show love and affection and sympathy. And the man is always chasing her away. And she will use one excuse to come and say something again. Because she's concerned for you. And she doesn't know that the way to show that concern is not... It's better... It might even be better for the lady to go and pray. To say, okay, I'm going to be praying for this situation. Or I'm going to somebody to pray for you. Just do something that will bring the solution. So if he knows that you are doing something to bring the solution, then he's happy. He might not be happy, he's still waiting for solution. He wants to see the solution, but at least it's better than just you patting him in the back and say. But if he's successful at something and he's doing well and you pat him in the back, that's good. But when he's sad and down, that's not the time for patting in the back. That's the difference for the man. But for the woman, she just needs understanding, empathy, sympathy. She needs even pitying. She needs to be pitied. Women have the need to be pitied, while men don't have that need to be pitied. So what do we have? When a man is feeling bad, he wants to be alone. When a man is feeling bad, he wants to be alone. When a woman is feeling bad, she doesn't want to fear. She wants somebody to be there for her. When a woman is feeling bad, somebody has to be there to hug her, to protect her, to cover her. to give the protective edge, to give us empathy, sympathy, pity, if you want. So that's one thing I want us to go to. That's one psychological difference between men and women for today. Number two, and I'm going to come back to all the people who are here with me so that we'll discuss this thing. So if you have an idea, you might be putting them down now because that will help us later on. Another psychological difference between man and woman is man's greatest desire in life every day, man's greatest desire on a daily basis is to be respected. Man's greatest desire is to be respected. Okay, you move there. Let them move there. Man's greatest desire is to be respected. No, you don't need to. Just check. Man's greatest desire is to be respected. Oh, shit. No, not you. Yeah, let him get. Man's greatest desire on a daily basis is to be respected. So everything when he's talking to display importance and his need to be honored and respected. Why the lady's greatest desire on a daily basis is to be loved. Is to be loved. So for the men, always find, I tell people who are married in our church, that you must show 3 to 5 signs of love and care to your wife on a daily basis. They could vary from touch to eye contact, to hug, to gift, to embrace, to kiss. Make sure that to call. Make sure you show a lady minimum 3 to 5 signs of love and concern in a day. If you don't, a lady needs minimum of 3. So call her, find out how she's doing, touch her, give her something, or 3 signs of love. 3 signs. You must show her 3 signals of love. That's very minimum. That's very bad. Or just tell her you love her. Between 3 and 5. Between 3 and 5. 5 is normal. 3 is minimum. So you must show a lady 3 to 5 signs of care and love on a daily basis. But for the man, the man needs to be, it's not about time, how many times. It just needs to be respected. So when they say that women or wives obey your husband, it's because of that his desire and his need for respect. Because when he speaks and things happen, that to him is a sign of authority. When he speaks and people obey, that to him is an assurance that he has authority and that he is respected and honored. So it's a way of bringing out meeting his need for respect. Obedience is a way of meeting the man's need for respect. Submission is a way of meeting a man's need for respect and honor. So a man desires to be honored and respected. But a woman desires to be loved. But not loved in the way that we men think about it. Unfortunately, women think about love, as romance or intimacy. But the love that she's thinking about is rather what we would call not love. Men don't call that love. men would rather call that care, attention. So, woman's greatest desire and need is that we show love. We say love generally, but men don't get it when you say love. Affection, care, attention, care. When you show that to a lady on a daily basis, at least 3 to 5 times of those, that is when she feels love. That's when she feels when she feels good. Now, on the other hand, men need respect. Like I said, obedience, submission is a way to fulfill that his desire for respect. Another way the man fulfills his desire for respect and honor is achievements. He wants to have achievements on a daily basis. He wants to have some records, some successes on a daily basis. That's why men like to make money, because what he conquers, that shows him achievement, that shows him progress, that shows him, he's making progress. It deserves his respect and honor. Okay, we've spoken about 2 things. We've spoken about how men are comforted when they are feeling bad, how men should behave when they are feeling bad. How we should treat men when they are feeling bad. We've also spoken about the greatest desire of a man and the greatest desire of a woman, of course. How to treat a woman when she's feeling bad, how to treat a man when he's feeling bad or when he's down, and the greatest desire for the man and the greatest desire for the woman. Now, another need for the man and woman on daily basis is that a woman on daily basis needs to be heard. She needs to be heard. I remember when I started out in the family, what I heard and read in books is that give a woman time for communication. Give her half a day for the family in a week. Half a day in a week. And most pastors that I know will normally have, let's say, Monday as a day off for the family. So where the wife could, express herself and whatever, and you could just spend time with your wife. So I thought that was good enough, and I thought I was doing a good job. Until whenever my wife is not happy, she will always say, you don't have time for me. I say, but this Sunday or this Monday, I was just sitting down with you. We're all day together. She said, yeah, but you don't understand me. I said, man, wahala deo. Wahala deo. Then I discovered that she wants to talk more, and she wants to, maybe, I'm just saying, but we spend the whole time together. You don't have anything to talk about. I was looking for the subject, but you are not talking about anything. You just said we don't have time, we don't spend time together. But anyway, I couldn't resolve that problem until I discovered, a desire to be heard must not just be once a week. So that thing that people say once a week, I don't know where they got it from. But what I've discovered is that she needs that attention every day. Once a week is not suffice. Doesn't. Once a week doesn't do the job. It doesn't get the job done. It doesn't. So what I've decided to do is that at least 1 hour, we must sit down with my wife at least 1 hour a day. Just sit down. Even if there is nothing to talk about, we'll be looking each other in the eyes and saying something that to me might not seem important, but at least that 1 hour a day. If I give it, I'm at peace. We are all at peace. But if I don't give that 1 hour a day, It means I don't show love. I don't show concerns. I don't show give her the need to be heard. It means I'm not demonstrating what she wanted, which is I need to be heard. She wants to, release her feelings. She wants to release the emotions and the pressures on her emotions during the day. So a woman needs to be heard on a daily basis. So I would advise, if you really want to be happy as a man, make sure you sit down with your spouse or your woman or your sister or your mother once in a while. If you are a husband and wife, do that every day. If you cannot, at least 3 times a week, make sure you find time and sit down. Just sit down and just talk about all kinds of things that you think are not important. So now, a woman needs to be heard on a daily basis. What does the man then want on a daily basis? A man wants to be recognized on a daily basis. And he wants to be successful on a daily basis. He wants to be recognized for some of his achievement, success, but not just compliment, not just saying it. He wants to have it for real. He wants to have some success and, on an achievement on a daily basis. Okay, how do we show a woman support? Another thing that we need to talk about today, before we begin to hear people out, is a woman. One of the ways we show a woman support, it's actually to give her the feeling of protection. Just be around her to let her know that everything, you are there for her, that she's protected, she's covered. A woman has a need for the feeling of security, protection, and stability. So just showing her that you are there for her, that nothing is going to go wrong, that you're covering her back, that she's covered, that you are watching over her, that you are here to just help her out in everything, morally, emotionally, financially, every area, to let her know that nothing is going to go wrong, that she's secured, she's protected, that there is stability, that everything is needed that she needs. That is what a woman needs. That's what she needs. On the other hand, what does a man need? A man needs the wife to support his projects and his unrealistic dreams, even if they are unrealistic. But a man doesn't want the wife to always, what we say in Russian language, stavit palku v kalosa. They don't want you to stavit palku na kalosa. They don't want you to do that. Palka v kalosa, they don't want. That, what that means is that just like you are riding bicycle, bicycle has a wheel. But if you put a rod in that wheel, it stops rolling. So in Russian language, there is a statement that says, don't put the rod in the wheel of your husband. Just like something is rolling like this, if you put something, that thing doesn't roll again, it doesn't go, like the wheel doesn't go.
Clock in the wheel of progress.
Don't put the clock in his wheel of progress. Don't put a clock in his wheel of progress. Don't put a clock in his wheel. Oh, how do you say that in English? I don't know.
Don't put a clog in the wheel.
Clock. Don't put a clock in the wheel of his progress. So he wants to always dream. He always wants to aspire. And he's telling you about the plans he's going to do. And the woman, being so detailed, she knows that she's seeing all the dots and all the empty spaces and some things that are not realistic, that might not come to pass. And she's having a doubt. So she's, instead of her to say it in a way that will first of all show him support, because that's his greatest need, she is beginning to express her fears. And when she begins to express her fears, he is receiving that as if she's not supporting him. And not to support him, they just kills him. He wants him to run out of the house and go and tell somebody else. So she doesn't want you to put a clog in the wheel of his progress. So first of all, give him support, that you are there for him. All your fears, especially when it comes to his aspirations and dreams, say it more as if you are not afraid, as if you are not but as just as a word of caution or as a word of suggestion, rather than, you cannot make it, you remember what you did the last time I told you and you didn't listen, and all those things. A man doesn't like a woman to put a clock on the wheel of his progress. He would rather want you to support him, even if he's going to be wrong. But then later on come back and, and tell him what your fears are. But on the other hand, the woman needs to be given assurance on a daily basis. Assurance of protection, assurance of stability, and assurance of security. So I've spoken about a few things, that women needs protection, stability, security, and men needs support. That don't put a clog in its wheel of progress. 2, I've spoken about the greatest need of the man is for recognition for his success and achievement. He wants to be recognized for his success and achievement. That's number 2. While the lady, she wants to be heard. She wants to be heard. She wants the time, fellowship. Give her fellowship. Give her time. Give her time to speak out about her fears, her needs, and she just needs to be heard. She must be heard. She must be able to share her feelings. Next one, we also spoke about that the greatest desire for the man and the greatest need of the man is to be respected. And that's why they said, listen to, obey, submission, all that is a sign of him to know that he's being respected. His greatest need is respect, while our greatest need is love. Is love in the sense of care, affection, care, and giving her more care, attention, things like that. Then another thing we spoke about is that when a man is feeling bad, leave him alone, or bring the answer, bring the solution. And when a woman is feeling bad, before you bring the solution, bring apathy, bring sympathy, apathy, understanding, and then solution could come later. So those are 5, right? 5 points or 6? There should be more than 4. Okay, are there 4?
Stability, support, heard recognition, love, respect, comfort, and
5.
solution.
Are there 4?
4.
4. Okay. So those 4 points are the things that we stop at today. And I would like to hear you out, every one of you. What are you thinking about what you heard? Is there anything you'd like to comment on? Or is there something new you discover about your opposite sex? Or there is something that is interesting how different we are wired? Any one of you want to talk, let me know, please. Yes, sir. Dr. Ladi Shoronke.
Hello out there.
California, Los Angeles, California, right?
I'm in the northern part, near San Francisco.
Okay.
Good morning from Ukraine. I know it might be night over there in California. So my friends, I just wanted to share some personal experiences that happened to me about what Pastor was saying. In January, I was dressed up to go to work, and I started having some headache. And my wife was very intuitive, being a nurse. She asked me, she said, let me take you to the hospital. Men macho. I said, no, just a headache. I'll be okay. I kind of dismissed it. But I was having a stroke. She knew before I did. And one of the things that she kept saying, let me take you to the hospital, let me take you to the hospital. And I felt that she was nagging me. So I snapped at her. I said, leave me alone. But, cut long story short, what I learned from that experience is that sometimes we need to tune into what our wives are saying, because she's been living with me for 27 years. She knows me inside out. She knew that I would not just ordinarily complain about a minute thing like headache, I would just go get it fixed. But when I started complaining, she tuned in, stopped everything she was doing, and she wanted to give me a solution right away. She knows me well. But one of the things that I learned from that experience was the fact that maybe I need to.
But you said, you snapped at her and said, no, I'm okay.
Yes, leave me alone.
But how did that end? What did that lead to?
Well, of course, she left me alone for a few seconds and came back again. I said, honey, you're losing your balance. You don't fall down. I said, oh, I just tripped on a bag. But meanwhile, I was...
My Shiro.
So what Pastor is saying is absolutely...
No, what did that end up in?
Well, I ended up in the hospital when I got on my high horse.
It led to stroke.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to mention.
Yes, I was having a stroke. I did mention that.
That led to stroke. That led to negligence.
So luckily, we were already in the car, so she drove me to the hospital, and they caught it on time, and I'm thankful. But some of the things that you said, I want to buttress it. It took me almost 20 years for me to find out that many times, you see, my wife just wanted a touch. So I've now come to realize there's a comment on the online from a Reti that says that a woman needs to be loved 5 different ways every day.
Yes,
and I want to agree with that.
That confirms what I said, right?
What I didn't know is that many times I just think, okay, well, I'm going to sit down, cuddle her, and stroke her hair and think. No, she doesn't want that.
She wants that too.
Well, she wants that, but I found out that simple. Just walk up to her while she's still sleeping, and I start kissing her. And she slowly opened her eyes, and there's this smile, like she felt so comfortable that, oh, she's in good hands. And sometimes she would just be in the kitchen. I would walk in there, and I will put my arms around her, and she felt very comfortable. But one of the things that I want to say again is the fact that women deserve to be heard. Many times I speak all my 7,500 words when I'm in the office, so I'm done when I get home. Oh, but when I get home, then she wants to start. And many times, in the past, I just go and sit down on the couch, but I figure out when I drop my computer bag in its place, I just walk straight to the kitchen, and I just stand there, and she said, oh, are you going to relax? I said, no, I want to hear you out. And she'll be washing dishes, cooking, and everything, but I'm there. But we need to really show that and be able to support them. Because what I found out is that I have a great marriage because of what I do. Love is an action word. You can't just say, oh, but I've told you I love you yesterday. They just want simple gestures. I mean, little things like you touch her knees, or you're sitting down, you're leaning to her, and those kind of things are very helpful. So thank you, Pastor, for pointing those things out.
People are praising you here.
Yes, good day, good morning, everybody. My name is Nkiru, and
you wrote a whole book with your husband on this thing, huh?
yes, sir. You know, as a woman,
Yes.
talking about touch is very essential. Like in our house, I tell my husband, you don't dare pass me without touching me. If we meet anywhere, even if it's 100 times in a day, you must touch me. You must, show me something,
Very some care.
yeah, some
Attention.
care. Yes. Because sometimes men, they subconsciously think they're doing these things. Like I've said it before, you dress up, you're beautiful, and he thought he has given you some compliments, but he hasn't. So we women should remind them, like when they forget, if you remind him once, twice, the third, the fourth time.
For example, you also said now that don't let me pass you without touching me.
Yes.
A man will think in his mind, it's very practical. A man will think that that's too much. I don't want to also enter into her space. I don't want to, be a nuisance to her. So he would think that if I do it once or twice, or maybe 3 times a day, she already got the message.
Yes, sir.
But if I begin to do it all the time, that's our own logical make we know That if he begins to do it every time she passes, I'll become a nuisance. And I don't want her to begin to chase me out of the house too. But what you are now telling us is that do it anyway.
Yeah, because like you said, everybody has his own love language.
Mm-hmm.
For some women, that might not count so much, but for me, I need that touch.
Okay.
So that is why it is very important for you to study each other and know what your wife really calls love.
Okay.
Because for some people, it might just be buying some gift, not as much as touching as I need. Mm-hmm. If you buy her gifts, she's okay. Less of touch, but more of material things. So it depends on the individual, that you are dealing with.
Well, I will tell you what. I'm going to say something now that is going to be revolutionary. And I think I will write a book on it. And the book is going to be called there is this book that is called 5 Love Languages. Or languages, or whatever they call it. Love language 5. But I want to say, that there is, instead of 5 love languages, that's good. But people are missing the point. As great as that book is, and it's one of the greatest books out there on marriage and relationship, but that has shifted the focus to another something. So I want to write another book that's going to be called Woman's Love Language. There are things that are general to all women as their love language. Apart from everybody having their own love language, but there are some things that you must do for a woman. Nevertheless, every woman needs those things. So the love language of the woman, I think men need to know that. Just for them to know that it doesn't matter, either my wife is called Sharon or Shelley or whatever. Every woman needs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all these things. I think that is important, at least for us, the men, for us to know that apart from a specific love language that the person might still have, but there are also some things that the woman would need anyway. Okay. Anybody wants to comment? Yep.
Hello, my name is John. Having listened to Pastor this morning, I have realized that many men equate women being different to being deficient.
Ooh.
We don't even speak the same language. And if I want to speak from my own experience in my few years in marriage, my wife may be in a situation where care is needed. I will just go and say, how can I help? And then I will just try to propose or give the answer. And I think I've done a brilliant job. So the response I get from her, it leaves me confused. Wow. I've done the best I know. And there is no appreciation. But now, I understand why.
Because we are different.
In a very ineffective way.
You wanted to say something?
I think the reason for that is going back to the book of Genesis where God created the man and the woman. Right. When God created man, God gave him a job. He gave him supremacy over the earth. And so, naturally, a man wants to achieve. He's a hunter, he's an achiever, and he wants to succeed. Whereas when the woman was created, God actually went inside the man to bring her out and then presented her to the man. So from the onset, our foundation has been that of, because Adam now looked at him and said, this is the bone of my bone and the flesh of my flesh, and shall be called woman. So she was accepted instantly, and she was showered with love. She was showered with care. So that, was a foundation. So the woman would rather be, shown affection, love, empathy, and so that we came out of that, hence why we're like that. So when we feel bad, we really don't want you to, we first want you to listen, to hug us, touch us, make us feel like you're feeling what we're feeling. You feel us, from inside out. Yes, you give us the solution, but, just appreciate the fact that, there's something going on within me, and that you appreciate, you are helping me to understand that before you slap me with the solution. Whereas with the man, when to him, you're hugging him, but excuse me, I'm an achiever here. I've got to have solution here. What have you got for me? If you don't have that, then, you're not meeting my need. You meet the woman's need. You have to constantly fill her emotional cup. You have to constantly fill her emotional cup. And that's how she feels accepted. And that, I think we go back to Genesis, it originates from there, where we were presented to the man accepted us, put his signature on us, but also hugged us.
Well, Brother John, what you said is that you went to her, you were asking your wife, well, how can I help you? And at the same time, you provided the solution for her. Brilliant. But maybe that's not the solution she was looking forward to that time. Number one. Number two, she just wants to know the assurance that you are there. And then let her tell you what she needs, I think. And then, but what she's saying is, go there to understand her inner. I think the lady wants to, she's more interested that you understand her inner feeling, what is going on inside of her. So that understanding, that empathy, that sympathy, that understanding, that letting her know that you are seeing deeper into her, what she is feeling, is even more important than the thing you brought outside and think so she wants to go from inside out. And brilliant. Wow. Is it?
May I just touch on that? Just touch on that. Sorry, I didn't introduce myself. I'm Pastor Chris Ogedembe.
From London?
From London, yes, sir. You made mention of the fact that, you came across the fact that people will say, give her 1 day a week. I think that stemmed from Dr. Yonggi Cho, who you sort of talked about, being in ministry, and he never had time for his wife and all that. So he would take a Monday out. But a woman doesn't need 1 day a week.
What does she need?
She needs constant, yes. You mustn't spend less than an hour a day with your wife alone. Not with the children, not with TV. You're not watching TV together, but just the two of you together on your own, your time alone. Not that you're watching soccer and she's sitting beside you because she's sharing the soccer. No, she wants absolute attention and you to herself, and that's it. And that does it for her. And the issue of, and even though you're spending that time together a day, excuse me, when she goes out, when she's at work, you're at work, send her a text. Let her know how much you love her. Leave her notes. Let her know, just do like Doc was saying that he wakes up and he kisses her. That just does it for the woman. You've made her day. So you don't now come back at night and you're struggling with sex. You start it from the morning. It's true. Some men think constant attention. Some men are wondering why at night their wife is saying, I'm sick of here and there. You've not given her, that love from the morning. With man, he can just jump in and do whatever he wants. With the woman, it starts with her feelings. By letting her know you passionately care about her. You meet her emotional need. It's not a 1 day a week. She constantly needs it. Praise God. So that 1 hour per day, honestly, every man should adopt it. If every couple should be spending that time together every day, I'm telling you, we wouldn't have divorces. Wow. We would not. I'm telling you. I'm telling you,
That's as serious
that's
as it is.
serious, very serious. That is very serious because you know, to them, you make them feel their priority, a priority. Because before you meet someone else's needs, you are meeting my needs. And let me appeal to pastors. Pastors meet other people's needs. You can go and be with a member 1 hour in the hospital.
You see,
You can go.
that's what I was trying to say, that with 5 love languages, somebody will say, okay, maybe it's our love language not to spend time. But what she's saying is that there are love languages for the woman anyway, no matter what woman, no matter what language.
Exactly.
These are just compulsory love language for women.
That book was just a preliminary. It was just a preamble. You know, yes. You taught us that, you know, geniuses are not born. People would have already sort of started something, and then you don't need to reinvent the wheel, just improve on. So we thank God for the 5 love languages, the book, but we're improving on it because, you know, it can be more than that. But you just discover what your own wife's love language is and meet her needs in that respect.
And there are things that are just constant for every woman.
For every woman.
Time with her,
Touching her.
It's not about her language or not her language. Touching her.
Speaking words of encouragement to her. Don't break a woman by speaking negatively to her. You know, you hurt her. So every woman has, you know, there's that regularity of what we need to feel that we're accepted, we're loved by you.
Because the reason why I'm saying that don't just say because women are this. If you say the love language, if you as a woman tell me my love language is touch, I forgot about any. That's the way men are compartmentalized. We compartmentalize the whole thing. So if you say your love language is touch, sure, I got the key. That's the woman thing. I got the key. So I would stop talking. I will stop spending time. I will just be touching you.
But it's more than that.
So that's why I'm saying that, you know, it's more than just what love language. That there are some things that are just compulsory for every woman.
Yes, the same for every woman. That if yours is gifts,
yeah,
the woman doesn't even want your gifts. You know, there have been homes that have, you know, basically ended up in divorce, not because the man is not financial. Exactly, he makes all the money, he buys her cars but look at what happened to Potiphar's wife. Potiphar was wealthy and had everything, but he wasn't there for the woman. So the woman, you know, was seeking for attention from Joseph because he wasn't. Why didn't he take her on the journey with him? Why did he have to leave her at home?
Thank you.
And then so I'm not sort of like, you know, saying what she did was okay, but the woman wanted to be loved. She needed companionship, and he wasn't there. So the best man in the house, she decided to go for him. So sorry about that, you know. But you know, we need this. This is a deliverance platform, like I've always said, because not that the men, you know, intentionally do things out of order. Like he was saying, oh, I've done the best I can. So what more does she want? You know, you are equating us. You know, you are equating the man. You are equating, but we are not equal. You want solution, we want affection. There's a big difference. Yes, there's a big difference. You want solution, we want affection. Before you give us the solution, give us affection first.
That's a good title for a book. Men want solution, women attention.
Yeah.
Let me help you out, Pastor Chris. Hello out there. This is me again.
Me too.
And Ladi Sure, okay?
Some people are joining all the time.
What I wanted to piggyback on first, my first comment is to piggyback on what Pastor Chris just said. I remember when I spoke with one of Pastor Sunday's surrogates, Pastor Joshua, and I said, oh, we're coming back to Ukraine. Well, he was excited. I said, oh, are you coming alone or are you coming with my wife? I joked back to him and I said, oh, my wife is my American Express. I don't leave home without her. It just won't happen. people always tell me that, oh, you're spending so much money on traveling, you could save money if you just go. I said, no way, I'm not going to go anywhere and go get tempted by other women. It just won't happen. My wife is always with me. In fact, my daughter, who is here, she jokes about it. She says that I keep mom in my pocket. It is true, because my wife needs to understand that, listen, if I say I'm going somewhere, I'm always there. And we've gone to exotic places when I go for my dental conventions and things. Even if she's just going to stay in the hotel and wait for me after my class, she's always with me. So I really want to thank you for bringing that out. The second point I wanted to make, personally, you mentioned something about we need to reassure our wives, especially when they are fearful. I remember when I was going through my stroke and I was paralyzed in the hospital. My wife also ended up in the hospital the next day.
Because emotionally,
She was all,
Yeah.
Remember that circle? It was just affecting everything.
everything.
Because emotionally what?
Yeah, she's carrying that load on her. If you know, all of a sudden it becomes her load. The woman thinks about everybody else, cares for everyone else. If this happens, all of a sudden, as you know, thinking process, she's thinking, well, what if the unprecedented happens? If I lose my husband, what could know? I can't lose my husband. And then all, you know, it's just like from what you've been showing us. Whereas a man loses a wife, he doesn't cry. And the woman is torn into pieces for months.
Why?
You taught us.
So why?
You brought us the
She doesn't know why, right?
Because the way, yeah, our composition is just so different in the sense that everything affects us.
Yeah.
Everything, psychologically, emotionally,
Because
everything
you said I've
affects
taught
us.
you know, people are coming every minute newly. That's why I need you to say why.
Okay, and it's good that you keep bringing that thing up. Maybe they should go back and watch all the series. Yeah, you know, because you know everything within her is affected. Her emotions, feelings. Her heart is connected to her emotions.
Yes.
She's you know, she's messed up. Whereas the man can separate the you know the process of feelings, can separate it and decide which one affects me, which one does not affect me. Do you understand?
But
and
the woman is not.
The woman is not. She's messed up all over. Hardly will you see a woman loses her husband, she doesn't cry. Loses a child, she doesn't cry. But the man, you know, so you're a man, you know, you've got to be strong and all that stuff. So, but that's the reason she ended up in the hospital, because she's thinking if she were to be the one, you won't end up in the hospital.
No. He goes to watch the next
He
day.
goes, he goes to work the next day. You find that a man loses a wife, she is married by the following year. The man loses,
always.
the woman loses her husband, she doesn't marry again. Because why? Part of her is still with that. Even while seriously, while he's in the grave, she's still connecting. She's still, trust me. She doesn't take off her wedding ring. She's still, you don't see a woman jump into marriage a year after the death of her husband. But the man can separate his feelings, can easily shrug it off and move on with life. It doesn't end like that. It doesn't happen like that with the woman.
So then could it be that a woman who is the husband left her, so and if another man is pressuring her for marriage and she eventually agrees, but could she still be having
under enormous circumstance, she would not just easily agree. Only maybe the man is trying to meet her emotional needs. So she's trying to feel that, okay, there's someone that can fill my cup. Do you understand? But she does not disconnect from that other person. She does not. She does not. I've had instances where, you know, making love, she's calling the other person's name. Truly, the woman is wired and connected. That's why when you were discussing the issue of divorce yesterday, that's serious, because there's a soul tie. There's something that binds you together, and a woman cannot easily disconnect from that feeling. A woman cannot easily disconnect from that feeling.
So after divorce, she needs time for.
Divorce is let's call it. It's like a barrier. Divorce is like it tears you. People until you've been through it, you don't understand how serious it is. It breaks you. It tears you apart. It tears you apart because you've been with that person. The Bible says, and the two shall become one flesh, not one body, but one flesh. That one flesh means a soul tie. Something is binding you together. And as a woman, emotionally, you cannot separate from it. The man can easily say, okay, let me disconnect. Although the man still hurts, the woman carries the biggest hurt. So she does not, so she's careful. She does it because she's hoping he would come back. He will come back to his senses and come back to me. That's why it's easy for a woman to say, okay, I forgive you after an affair. Because why? I can still manage that as opposed to you breaking me apart totally and completely.
Then the idea of boyfriend, girlfriend then is not even supposed to be there.
That the boyfriend, that's why let's use this platform to appeal to every girl, every boy. You must never have sex with anybody until your wedding day. Because why? It's easier to disconnect from a person you have not had sex with because of the soul tie. The girl will hurt.
People are asking, please, what is this woman's name? I like her. I need to know her.
My name's Pastor Chris Ogedembe.
How can they find you?
Pastor Chris Ogedembe. We're actually, starting a program for tough marriages that are hurting. The ministry will be called Marriage on Fire. So I specialize in helping, marriages that are going through tough times to heal and to help, to restore, even those that have divorced and all that stuff.
Where are you based?
I'm based in London, in Erith.
How can you have social media? It's called what?
Dr. Chris Ogedengbe or Chris Ogedengbe, and my Skype is Chris Oged 1.
Okay.
Yeah, Chris Oged. If you're in London, my number is 07471 913
You have to say that.
My 07471 913 and my email address is chrisoged@ymail.com. Chris Oged, CHRISOGED @ymail.com. So no girl or boy must sleep. You must, especially girls. And that's why I'm so grateful for what you've been teaching for the past 3 weeks. Yes, you will hurt if you break if you break that relationship. Because after a while, if you feel that by the time a boy is slapping you, then you've got to disconnect from him. But if you have slept with him, that's why you are constantly drawn back to him. Because you've sold yourself to him by way of soul tie. So boyfriend and girlfriend, I think, is the way we've terminalized it. It should actually be courtship, really. There should be no one saying you're my boyfriend and then you're sleeping and you're having a baby for somebody.
Even in courtship, you still don't have to do that.
Even in courtship, you don't have to do that. Because why? The reason for courtship is so you can get to know who that person is. Because we're human beings and we're gullible. So when your libido is playing up, you don't really know. You want to just forget about his weaknesses.
Because the impression people have is that he was just my boyfriend or we were just dating. The impression you have is that people can just have boyfriend, girlfriend, date. Because in our church here, we don't have dating. Okay. Wait. In our church here, we don't have dating. We are against dating. Okay. We don't believe in dating. But in America and other churches that are coming to town, dating is like normal. But dating is making people fall in love. Even if they don't sleep together, they have feelings involved. So it means that the idea of dating or boyfriend, girlfriend, either they sleep together or they don't sleep together, is already arousing our feelings. Getting her connected. If you say that even when a person dies, a woman a year later might not be able to marry, and that 3 years even, that she even the man in the grave,
I'm telling you,
that she's still having connection to the dead body inside, and that even if she's married after 1 year or so, it's only because she found somebody who is feeling emotional, but that doesn't mean that she has disconnected with the
At
other person.
all.
So it means, what about the people who are having boyfriend then? Boyfriend, this one boyfriend. So it means that it's a whole bundle of men.
That's why you have a lot of girls, especially girls. I say girls
because how can you then marry after that? Because if you still have those connections,
a girl can carry baggages into the marriage.
Okay.
Yes, you carry baggages into the marriage.
What does that mean?
Maybe this one has hurt you, this one dumped you, this one did this to you.
Or you just slept with this one.
Or you exactly.
I'm interested in what you said. That because if I, for example, I'm a man, if I was dating this girl now, and we caught, I don't even remember her name again.
You don't, because of you disconnect. You separate. You can separate.
Yes, because
and
of
your heart, your feelings, your emotions, they're different.
Yeah.
But she is still wired to you.
No, what about if she has gone away?
She's gone away. You are with her. You might physically.
So then we have to discourage boyfriend dating then.
I think what the Americans mean, I think they meant to use the word courtship.
No.
Because they don't.
I'm talking of people dating 3, 4, 5 times before courtship.
It's an error.
So
because
it's
a big
we
error.
have to face it head on.
It's a big error because
we should not practice it because we are hurting the ladies.
The ladies.
We are destroying their lives.
Their hopes, you raise their hopes, and then before you know it, oh sorry, I don't. But the ladies themselves must know who they are. They must know who they are.
No, because if you tell men, for example, you ask the men here that that we don't know that she is still carrying me or she's still connected to the man, we didn't know that. If we had known that, we would be careful, more careful.
Yeah, but the way you feel, it still doesn't affect the way you feel. You still disconnect from her. But the only thing is you just don't lead her on.
I'm just saying, if the man knows that, everybody I sleep with or a boyfriend, girlfriend with, or we date with, that the lady will be carrying me and she cannot even go and start marriage. Okay, for example, a lady breaks up with a boyfriend and she needs to marry next month. And we say, oh, she has moved on. Oh, my wife has remarried. Oh, my former girlfriend has married. Without knowing that, even though she is physically married, but because you even said she might be making love and calling the name of, so it means she has not.
She only married to have her emotional needs met by somebody else. She's not disconnected from that other person.
No, which means men, if, like, for example, what I'm feeling, and I think most men here will tell me, if we ask them, that if men know that any lady they touch, it will be carrying garbage, or loads of that relationship, the hurt, the sex, the feeling, the intimacy, men will be more careful.
They will, but there's another aspect to it. There's another aspect to it.
I think it's the woman that needs to be careful on that because they know what they're trying.
But don't forget what Pastor was teaching. Pastor was teaching. You are a father, you're a carer, you're a protector. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
Let's take, for instance, there are sensitive areas in our bodies. You can touch a man, he doesn't feel anything.
No.
But you touch a girl or a woman, all of a sudden, there's a chemistry there. Something begins to play up in her. She begins to feel that. That's why I appreciate the fact that you said dating should not be encouraged. Because the moment you take a girl out, take her to the restaurant, you touch her, you pay for the meals, already she's thinking, that's my man. And by the time you now say no, you're playing her up. There are sensitive areas in the woman that you touch. When you now disconnect from her, you just hurt her. You break her down totally. So and also let's take. That's why we need men. Every man needs to be in the life of their daughters. Right. Why? Because the best person to give her, to show her love is that man. You must be the first date in your daughter's life. You must be the first one to take your daughter out on a date. Show her what real love is. Open the door for her. Teach her what, real men do to, women. So when you're there, then she won't fall into the hands of predators. She won't fall prey to abusers and molesters. A lot of girls who do not have their fathers there when they're being raised, oftentimes fall into the hands of those that will abuse them.
Okay, for example, have you had a girlfriend before?
Yes,
But this information that you are hearing now,
yes.
I don't know how you relate to it, because if I had known that a woman will keep on through 3 years later on, after I had anything to do with that she's still carrying, I will be more, I don't know what
Yes,
you
sir.
say.
Yes, sir. What I would say is this. This is Obi Ojimade here, based here in Ukraine. Pastor Chris just nailed it. And I will add that exactly a week ago, my wife and I, every Saturday, we have a live program, called Relationship 101. And the topic...
Where is it on?
On Facebook, on our pages.
And what's the page?
Obi Ojimado, or we use Nkiro Ojimado. Yeah, but on both pages you will get the live feed every Saturday. Today is going to be at 3 p.m. Ukrainian time, 8 a.m. American Eastern time. Last week we discussed this particular issue about dating, because where we are based in the city of Kharkov is a student city. A lot of foreign students are there, young boys, young girls, who are away from their parents. So coming over here, they are feeling free, nobody to see, nobody to control them, and they start living their lives how they should not. So I started remembering my own years, what I went through, what maybe the girl I was dating then, in quotes, what we went through. We said that, no, we have to make these younger ones not to make the same mistakes. The women suffer for so much about it. The fact is this. People can call it anything. Can call it dating, courtship, just a fling, this and that. We say that it doesn't even matter the title you give it or in what language. It is what happens there. And we discourage people from even dating or courting or flinging or whatever they call it. Because in a situation like this, people come here to study like for 4 years or between 4 and 6 years. They get involved, emotionally attached, without thinking about it. The guy sees the girl, pays for her meal, buys her maybe a gift here and there, and the girl is already thinking of how many kids they're going to have. Right. While for the guy, it's just like another... The guys start behaving as predators, like Pastor Chris said, as hunters. They want to count how many girls they are going to sleep with in a particular number of time. So, and these girls are the ones that will carry the baggage later, the emotional baggage. And in many cases, they move in even to live together because nobody's watching. Yeah. There are lots of cases like that.
If they move in to live together,
yes,
what does a woman feel when they move in just as boyfriend and girlfriend to live together?
In many cases, they believe that, oh, this is like my partner. He's my protector. Like a woman looks every time she's searching for.
So she's already beginning to believe that is a family.
It's a family. This man is providing, or the young man is providing, he's protecting, and this is giving or covering the emotional needs, and they fall into this trap.
Okay, as a lady, what does a lady feel if, we are just boyfriend and girlfriend living in the same house? The man doesn't feel anything. Let me tell you what the man is feeling. The man is feeling that we're having sex, it's good for me, it's good for you. So it's 50-50. Everybody is satisfied.
Right.
What's the woman feeling at that time?
First of all, the reason that people move in together in this part of the world or anywhere students because they want to save. They want to let's rent an apartment instead of renting two.
Is that so?
But they don't know that they're saving on the cost of their lives. Because
for economic reasons.
Yes. But what you will lose at the end of the day as a woman is far more 1 million times what you pay for that apartment or something. Yeah, because in my first book, Found by Mercy, the story of Anna really, expatiated on this very well. How she messed up her life because of this boyfriend and girlfriend thing. How many abortions she had because of boyfriend and girlfriend thing.
Okay, if sex, what she's saying, if sex leaves such a mark, indelible, in the life of a woman that she is still remembering him even when he's in the grave,
Yes, sir.
then abortion should even have stronger.
Abortion is a terrible thing. Abortion is a terrible thing. So how can you trade, change, just paying some few change for an apartment with staying with a man when you know definitely is going to lead to abortion, because you want to hide from your parents, you want to finish school, you don't want your classmates to know, and that leads to many people living in churches now.
Is abortion painful?
Very painful.
You mean the physical abortion?
Physical, psychological, emotionally, because even when you remember the whole thing, you will remember. I don't even know how to describe this thing, but when people go into abortion, they go into tunnels. Personally, I had abortions, right? When I had abortions, when they inject this anesthesia into you, you start going into a deep, dark tunnel. You're going to hell. It's only God that brings you.
I'm hearing that for the first. Why are people not telling each other this thing?
That's the thing. And unfortunately, churches don't even try to avoid this the way they should.
Yeah, because young people should be trained. Young people should be directed, and they should be not.
Everybody should be screaming about
it. It starts from the home as well.
Right.
It starts from the home as well. A lot of parents are too.
Because some men not knowing that a woman will go through a tunnel, they push her to do this thing. But tell us this thing.
Because I noticed the difference, like when I was in that part of life, when I doing that part of life, going through this dark tunnel, and when I had a stillbirth, it's still the same process, but this time they're cleaning you up. You're doing this not because you wanted to, but because that you've known God. The difference is clear. When they did me the cleaning, when I had stillbirth, I just saw everything was white. As if I was in heaven already. But this is the difference between when you are dirty and when you are clean. I knew that even if anything happened to me when I did that stillbirth, I knew I was in heaven. I would go to heaven, because even the Lord showed me everything that will happen in my life.
But when someone is in the world.
But when you're in the world, a lot of people, I counsel a lot of women, and they say the same thing. They say dark tunnel. You know that though you're going in there, you know where you're. Some people even pray, Father, help me, this and that. It's only by His mercy.
No, because we need to let people know the horror.
It's very horrible. That is why even the Bible says, flee sexual immorality. That is why the one that made us made that flee. He didn't tell you, flee, flee. Just like Joseph did, he left his clothes and ran away. And more so for a woman is because of the way we are wired, the way you taught us those rings that is going everywhere.
But you know what drives a lot of women to it? The man says,
you don't even know what is happening to you. Like my husband, sometimes I will give him a reason. I will tell him, okay, I want to go there. It's okay. Explain why you must go there. I know we didn't mean why I must go there, but to really bring it out sometimes is difficult for us, because we have a lot of things connected in our head to what we want to do, and we don't really know how to give a theme to it. You understand? But I know that I feel it. My instinct tells me everything. Every cell in me is telling me this is what I need to do. But if the man tells me, okay, put it in a sentence for me, I might not be able to do so. So men should help their women to, when she tells you, she feels this is where she wants to be.
Okay, you heard about what is happening to a woman now. What, as a man, what is it that we don't know that we need to be shouting about?
The men, unfortunately, get too selfish, especially the young men. Like I mentioned earlier, it's about fun. It's about how many girls I've slept with. So that's why last week, we are telling the guys, look at these ladies like your sisters. Look at them as your daughters. Don't make them go through this pain. Keep away from them. Keep away from them. If you're not bold enough to go and meet his father to say that, I believe this is the lady, I want to pluck this flower from your garden. If you are not ready for that, please keep away. Do not destroy the lives of these women.
Even when this woman, the man has told you, I want to marry you, and you haven't gotten that ring, please don't indulge in any sexual thing, because it's not a fact, it's not sure.
That's right.
Because some answers the question,
It
some
binds
answers
you
the
to
question,
that
okay, what
person.
if he said he's going to marry me? Can I sleep with him?
No. We said no.
You cannot. You cannot until you get that ring. After the wedding, please do whatever you want to do. But before that, it is not a fact. Because men, their eyes are always searching. Tomorrow, tomorrow he'll find somebody that he feels, or I don't know.
And they can say something with their mouth. It doesn't come from
It
the
doesn't
heart.
come from the heart. Yeah, that's right.
It does not come from the heart.
They're cheating. It's cheating. And the aftermath of such cases, we have a lot of girls here who maybe lived with the boys, get so much emotionally attached. At the final year, no ring, no proposal, nothing. The guy goes east and the girl goes west. And the girls suffer. They find it very difficult to enter a new relationship.
Yeah.
I know such.
They get so devastated.
I know such ones. They can't even get through into a new relationship because they are still emotionally attached. Maybe they live with the guy maybe for about 4 years or 5 years. And while the guy is already gotten somebody else, dating another one. See, while the girl's still there, the guys get married and the girls are still there. And sometimes just because, oh, I'm 30, oh, I have to marry, the pressure is there. The girl just marries anybody who comes up. And that leads to a failed home in the sense, because emotionally she is not there. She might scream during the process and call the other person's name. The man gets upset. It starts breaking a home already.
Right.
So we tell guys, please keep away. The girls, please control your emotions. Abstain. Parents, if you have your daughters outside, please make sure you hand them over to a mentor. Hand them over to somebody, a guidance to watch over. I will receive calls from many parents telling us, please watch over these boys, watch over these kids. And we do our best to see what they are doing so that we can even intervene before anything happens. If you have money to pay, if you don't have money to pay for the accommodation for your daughter, please make sure you arrange it in a way that call us, send messages. The girl can move into flat or any hostel with another girl. We should not don't keep away. My daughter is there, she's surviving. Please find out how she is surviving. So we try to advise people like that. Find a girl. Okay, you're looking for a flat, Okay, come up, you can save and do that. Moving, keep away from the world. Abstain. There is nothing good comes after such a long relationship.
Yes, and as we said earlier, the ladies too, develop some skills. Right. Try to fend for yourselves. I saw a post on Pastor Sunday's, Dr. Sunday's Facebook page where he said a lady student, started 4 businesses while he was in school. So you can start something to upkeep yourself. It is better for you to suffer like that, if you call it suffering, than just selling your body. At the end of the day, you are a wreck, all around.
No, but she's not selling her body. She's thinking that the man loves her.
That's
and
what
she's thinking and hoping that the thing will end up in marriage.
That's what she thinks, but that's not what it comes out to be at the end of the day. We suffer this whole thing. We suffer it at the end of the day. So protect yourself, protect your future, because the guys, they don't really care. That is why.
Of course he doesn't care.
They don't care.
He is thinking it's fear. Let me just tell you what the guys are thinking. The guys are thinking it is fear. You want it, I want it, we agreed. Mm-hmm. So you want it now. It's good for you, it's good for me. And that's why people are cohabiting. So men are just thinking it's business. You feel nice with me. They even ask the question, do you feel good with me? You feel good with me? I feel good with you. So what's the problem? But we don't have any consequence. Women don't feel any consequence. Right. I feel good now. And I just move on, and I want to feel good next time. That's why I need another one. So, but we don't know, even though I felt good now, I move on, I forgot. We don't know that she's
damaged,
begins to suffer, even though she says she suffers, but we don't see it because we don't even feel it. But what you are now saying is that even it could be a year after or more.
More. Many say that, many actually weep over their first love, as it were. They say, oh, my first love.
Okay.
Yeah.
I heard about that before.
They're my first love. And when they get to marry, they compare. Oh, if this and that would have never, and that. Yeah. So, because why? A woman, the moment you tell a woman something, she believes you. She trusts you. She thinks you're a person of your word. Whereas a man can verbalize it and say it and may not mean it. A man may be saying, I love you today.
Most of the time, it doesn't mean it.
Yeah, exactly. And to him, it's not a big deal. But, you know, the woman believes you completely, 100%. Says, whatever you say to me, I believe it. You say, oh, I'll go to your parents' house in another 6 months. Don't worry, we'll get it. So she's so made up, so happy. She believes you. But then the man can walk away from it because why? I mean, the man can walk away from it because it doesn't touch his heart. Mm-hmm. He's separating it. He's separating. He would only release to you what he wants you to believe, but then you believe against what he is actually, saying to you. Yeah. And but I feel that
but you started by saying that a woman will compare a marriage to the first date.
Because many women are carrying a lot of people in their lives.
Are you serious?
Yes. So that's, are you serious? That's why, thank God for salvation, but there's the place of serious counseling. Salvation doesn't remove the fact. It does not remove what you're... Exactly. It does not. And that's why the power of the word, starting to get to know who you are.
What do you mean carry? I
Emotionally.
need to know what women are talking about. Because you just say it in passing and go on. I talk about other things. But we need to...
Many have been psychologically mad. And so it's affecting them. And so they carry junks into their next relationship because they've not broken away or free from the previous one.
Okay, now, what you are saying, now, if I could hear you, that, okay, a woman, for example, she dated a boyfriend when she was 17-year-old. She dated maybe for 1 year a boy, and then the relationship got spoiled. But when she's 25, 5 years later, or 10 years later, or 7 years later, she meets another guy, they date, and they marry. You are trying to tell me now that girl, when she was 18 or 17, she will still bring that memory of the first boyfriend that they lived together for 1 year.
She will, unless she has got, like this platform, for instance, like this platform has set a lot of people free, and is setting a lot of people free. It's the junking, a lot of junks in people's lives are being removed. Until we
I don't even know what is junk. What is junk in people's lives?
That's exactly what the effect of abortion. Yeah, the effect of abortion, the pain, because you carry that pain.
Where is it?
Okay, I'm a woman, I can feel it. But you can't feel it because you're a man. You can read about it and try to feel it, but only a woman can feel it. I can know it. You can know it. Yes, you can feel it. You can only feel you, the man. Yes, yeah, exactly.
That's why I want to hear words. Why? Because the way a man understands something is the word, information.
Exactly.
If you tell me, I can understand, but I can't feel it. At least I will try to understand.
But there's healing in the word. And, the word heals. Information heals. Like this platform has been healing a lot of people. Yeah. That's why it's so important. So you expose yourself. No. This is real. And I keep saying it. Maybe people don't really get it. This is a platform of deliverance. The deliverance we do in church is not the real deliverance. Laying hands on people, them falling and faking, it's not deliverance. People go from place to place to place. You don't get delivered until you settle with the word. It is the word that actually delivers. When you start to get to know who you are and start to behave in that respect, that is what, then you can, debaggage yourself. This platform is a platform of deliverance. Get a woman starting to know who they are. A girl starting to know who they are. Nobody shows up on you and says, oh, I love you. He doesn't have a job. You ain't got a job. For the past 1 year, 2 years, you don't have a job. And you're coming to me, you're telling me, oh, don't worry, I'm going to feel it. I'm going to fix it up. God's going to provide for me. Hey, baby, go and sort yourself out before you talk to me. I'm not just anybody. I mean, and I matter. I'm a person of substance. I'm a person of substance. So before you come, every lady should begin to know who they are and begin to walk in that manner. So don't let what a man tell you, make your head roll. And then you are wounded along the line when he walks out on you. And at the end of the day, it is you. You are the one that will feel it. You feel the pain. You feel the hurt. So stop. Don't even allow it in the first instance. Know who you are.
So the answer for the girl then is for her to just
discover you. Discover your destiny. Begin to walk in your destiny.
Don't get distracted at all. So you must close your heart to any man.
And focus on your destiny. Focus on your calling. You know, by the time the right man comes, when the assessment is done, you will know. Because that person also will be a person of substance. And when you don't just useless yourself anyhow, so you jump into bed with a man that you've only known for a month. That means you're classing yourself. You're making yourself a second-class citizen. You're not. You're the daughter of the Most High God, and you matter. You must walk in that manner and carry yourself likewise. So by the time you discover yourself, focus on your purpose, focus on your destiny, then the man knows that this is a good material. And the man should be chasing after you. Even when a man comes to say, I love you, I want to marry you, make it, don't even accept it in the first instance. Say, oh, I'll pray about it, I'll think about it. So that they will know that he will know that he can mess with you. You're not just...
But what I'm saying now is that she shouldn't even think about it. Because when she begins to think about it, it goes into her emotion again. And she might even fall in love. So don't think about it until you are absolutely convinced that this is genuine. Let him bring the facts out first. Let him convince you first. Let him convince everybody around you. Let everybody know, your parents know, your pastor know, before you open up your feelings. That's what I'm understanding.
Definitely. But be in love with your maker first. Pour all your love on God. Shower all your love on God. And as you do that, God will make the best man come your way. You're not a trash. You're not a nobody. You matter in the kingdom. Jesus respected us so much and gave us honor. So as women, we must behave in that manner. Many women have sold away their destinies and they are hurting. And we don't need any more junks in our lives. So we thank God for this platform that has been healing and delivering. I see a lot of single parents on it that are not coming up with vision. They've been hurt in the past, but this is healing.
But why are they quiet? Why are they quiet? Single women that have been hurt, and those women generally who have been hurt, why are they sitting why are they rejected? Why are they quiet? Why are they must open our eyes. They must open the eyes of everybody. Everybody is good because I look at you, you look good. We are not talking any hurt. I'm not seeing any hurt. Everybody is good. Life is good. Nobody is seeing all this pain.
Yes, Pastor, because the society
you're equating. You're equating. And we're not equal. We're not. Yes, there's the issue of equal opportunities and all that stuff. But we're not. God took us from the man and presented us to the man. We should be we're creature, we're fragile. And so we should be treated in that manner. You should father us, protect us.
You said something I didn't hear.
Yes, Pastor. I was saying...
I said what?
Why don't we hear about it
now?
Yes, sir. It's simple because the society finds it strange. What is this single mom talking about? If you were too wise, you wouldn't be single. So the society, the norms in quotes that the society have imposed on us.
No, we have to change that norm.
That is why we have this platform, Pastor. Thank you, Pastor, because you have this platform.
No, because if people don't know, how will I even be careful? How will I even run away from it?
That is it.
The Bible says run away from what?
Flee from fornication.
But now we are living somebody wants to know why. But now I'm hearing of all these things. It's horror.
It's horror, Pastor. Yeah. It's horror. Because
but I don't feel that horror when I just say flee.
Yeah, that's why at times when we talk about the Bible, if we look at the Bible at face value, there will be no meaning to it. When the Bible says flee from it, because Bible is saying flee from it because the Bible is aware of the implication.
Yes.
God is aware of all this. But that's why I want to say, when we say, let there be no boyfriend, girlfriend issue, no matter whichever way you tell them, they will not believe you until they know the implications.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Until the implications are known to the people. Even if they know the implication, you don't even need to tell them. They would know that no.
Actually, those that have read my book, it's not I'm advising.
That's why
it's found by
Yes.
mercy. It's outlined a lot of points, the consequences of that flee from sexual immorality. You understand? Because most people.
But you are not the only one who has gone through this kind of disappointment. Maybe one in every 2 women have gone through this kind of stuff. But how many of them talk? You are 1 in a million.
Sir, because you have taught me to know myself. Because it all starts from knowing who you are. Now I know that my past doesn't define me.
Okay.
No, I know that all those things are even trainings to make me be who I am today. So
You mean the other ones will be afraid?
Yes,
It's the shame of the past.
shame.
And how the
what will the
society
society say?
and everything.
I'm exposing myself. I'm exposing my past.
Yes.
and also the church where if
No, but it's going to help more people now.
But they don't think that way.
think
No, we
that.
are all selfish beings. We all think about ourselves. What will people
it's
say
an act
and
of
everything.
protection.
Yeah, being selfish. We think we are protecting ourselves, but it's actually selfishness because what we have gone through, you have taught us, is the thing that makes it's our ministry. Our past is somehow the foundation of our ministry.
That's right.
Like all you went through, you can use it now to coach women. But thank God, this platform is raising up a lot of single women now are coming on, going live and teaching other people through their story, how they went through it, how they're gonna go through it. And then I believe that it all starts from knowing from that your book, who am I?
That's right.
When you know who you are, you know that even if you had 10 abortions in the past, it doesn't define you. Even if you're divorced, it doesn't define you. Even if you're a single parent, it doesn't define you.
Yes.
Because some people they don't know your name anymore. They say, oh, that woman that is out of wedlock that has a boy. But that is not your name.
That's right.
Your name is the origin, what God made you to be in the beginning.
No, but you say it doesn't define me. But I want it to define, because that's your past. For example, some people are writing here, found by mercy. That is defining you, but in the good sense.
Right.
My past is not defining me in the sense that it's not deciding
My future.
But it could decide my future for the good.
For the
Yes.
good.
This one has
Exactly.
defined you for the good.
good.
Right.
Yes.
What I mean is that don't let your past hold you back.
Okay. Because people are saying don't let your past define you, which is good in the bad sense. But maybe God wants to even use it to define you for the good.
Right.
Maybe God wants it to define you in the sense that it's the platform.
Right. That's because
Springboard. It
yes,
becomes a
it's
springboard.
because it's that past all those bad things that you
So
went
we should rather tell people that their horrible past is their springboard.
Yes, you have told us that, and then all of us now are shouting about it. That all you
right.
went
Because
through
you know-
is where your ministry
Because
is.
you know.
You know now.
That's right.
But if you don't know, you will be thinking, oh, it's a shame. What do people say about me? But if you
That's
know,
right. That's
if
right.
you know now, you use it to write books, use it to do all kinds of forum, you use it to, because people will connect with you. You know, a lot of people teach a lot of theory, I'm not saying that the Bible is a theory, but we just take a verse and, like we say, flee fornication without its consequences. People will really know. But when you relate it to your own personal life, then people will say, she has been there now. They will start writing you, how can I pass through this? A lot of people write me today. How do you go about this? How do you go about the other thing? Because they know that it was my school. You can say I've received a PhD here, so I'm qualified.
Okay.
To mentor on that, to give advice on that, because when we just talk because some people say, the Lord, I just go by the word. If the Lord says it, even if I didn't go through it, it doesn't give you authority. It doesn't give you power when you didn't go through something, because you're talking about something they wrote. You have not gone through
God's
it.
power. God
Yes.
is the one who said it. No, but not you.
Yes, that is even why the Bible says that because he has gone through it all, he connects with us. He
Jesus
relates
has
with
gone
us.
through
Yeah.
it all.
So he knows when you're hurting. It's the same thing now in our own personal lives. When you go through something, it is your springboard, it is your platform to bring all those like people that go through the same thing, or people that are still in it, to show them how to, break through.
Irrespective of what the society says.
Yes.
And again, churches, Churches, not just you say, flee from fornication and this and that. They have, these messages must be spread. You have to encourage these people. It's just like rape cases. The women go to hide because they don't want to be heard, because the society will go like, that's her.
Yeah.
She becomes like
Stigma
and
when she's a
stigma.
victim, yeah.
That is just, it's the same thing. But when you come out and when the society accepts you, and it would even help to heal, it will help to avoid it. And that is why, like I said earlier, churches, they should talk about this. They should spread the message. They should encourage people. They should discourage them when necessary to avoid such things, not to go into such relationship at all. Abstain. Educate yourself, especially the ladies. Educate yourself. When you get your master's degree or your doctorate degree and you have a lot of skills, you have an angel, you have this, men will line up in front of your daddy's door to search for you.
Amen.
But when you sit down believing that, let me find a boyfriend, he's one that's going to put shelter on my head, then that's where you're already digging your own, the hole they're going to fall into. So ladies, develop yourself. Find your calling. Search for it. Don't distract yourself at all. Put that youth energy, the pheromone, the whatever it is, put it towards something positive that will lead you. Develop yourself. And believe me, at the right time, when you're true, you're matured, the right man will be at your doorstep.
Don't even consider any boyfriend or girlfriend when you know you're not
Man
ready.
is not the priority.
Don't.
No.
It's not what you came here for.
Boyfriend is not the
like
solution.
Dr. Sunday has told us, marriage doesn't even get to heaven. So that is not the main thing. It is not the main thing. Forget about marriage. Develop yourself. Keep on pursuing your goal and your purpose. And at the right time, if you should get married, because not everybody is meant to get married. And if you get in there because my mother is saying I'm 35, I'm sorry, you come out from there even faster than your mother knows. So we should be very wise and careful.
Everyone should get this book. It's a deliverance book.
What will you do about it? Because when you pick that book up, when I began to say that people don't tell their stories, and then
because when they get to know who they are, then it will not be difficult for them to say who they used to be. Who they used to be, and and many
they'll not
people,
be ashamed, afraid.
Many people's past is actually what is preventing them from entering their future. Because
while they're supposed to propel them.
To their future. And also the church platforms should be used to encourage people to talk about their pains.
Right.
Because what we do is then look at it, okay, you've been raped or you've been with this man, and then somebody goes to, don't go near that girl, or she has a past. And that's an error. That's a big error.
Okay, maybe that's why there is silence there in the church.
Because we know
in
that
our
story.
church, it's the opposite. We can encourage people to come forward.
No, some of us.
In most churches,
the pastor will tell you, don't talk about your past. Things have passed away, all things have become new.
Okay.
So all things have become new. Just face exactly. That's it. So that may affect whoever is coming to say hi. That may affect, their mind, and may actually, chase them away from you. So let the bygone be bygone, right? Let the past just go with the past. You are now
then
a new creature.
How do you deliver the people who are suffering through that thing right now?
This is deliverance.
If you don't share those things,
this is it. And a lot are still trying to come out of it. It's still even, you find that some of the platforms, even as the women, unwrap themselves, they're crying.
Right.
But that crying is part of the healing.
Yes.
It's part of because you have to go through it to come out of it.
Right.
You have to be healed emotionally, psychologically before you can actually. And so, if you don't discuss it, talk about it, it will still be holding you bound. So
we have to let the pastors begin to give people that freedom.
And not label them or castigate them in any way, but rather appreciate and celebrate them. Because why? Whilst you're thinking you're the only one, you'll be amazed that by the time you come out, you will have so many people saying thank you because I went through it too. Some women have shared, like Pastor Nkri was saying, talking about abortion, and I'm seeing some remarks here. People saying I had abortions too. So you don't get others to come. When we tell our stories, others are delivered and they come out and share their own stories. Amen. You know, and your story ends up becoming your glory.
Amen.
Your story ends up becoming your glory. You know, I'm not, you know, the Paul says, if God, I'm amazed that God could not be ashamed of Rahab. Rahab the prostitute. You allowed your son to come through the lineage of a battered woman, a woman that has been slept with by several men. I mean, her house was in the top of the hill, right by the gate of Jericho. That means many men had gone through that woman. Yet he made his son to come. So God is not ashamed of us. He's not ashamed of our past. He's concerned about our now and our tomorrow, and what is the potentials that He's put in us.
So another big issue is this our culture, African, Asian culture. Because in Europe, is somehow, when you come out and speak about some things, they somehow understand. But we have deep-rooted cultures that there are some things they believe are taboos. Like to come out and say you had an abortion, that is already, they have marked you dead.
In the African
Yes,
culture,
the African culture. Come out and say, I'm a single parent, or this is what I used to do. You know, people believe that you shouldn't even go to that area. And that is why people are hiding, because we are asking, why are people not talking about? Because a lot of people are afraid. What, you know, coming to that, what people will say about me is because of our culture. We want to hide a lot of things, you know, to please our culture, but we have a different culture. We belong to the kingdom, the kingdom of God. And our purpose is to deliver people, not just live selfishly, okay, this is what I went through, and you know, I'll keep it to my grave. You understand?
That's why I was still talking about the churches should get involved. The churches, the culture should not affect the church.
Yeah,
the church speaks the truth that the Bible has given us. Yeah. So that is why the church should stand firm on this. Like T.Y. Moore here is saying that she was in a church once when the pastor told the congregation not to talk about their past because it will make the brothers look at you strangely, addressing the women. Yeah. How is that possible?
But you should help the brothers to
help the brothers to know that despite this is this.
Give covering.
Give covering.
Accept people, become fathers to them, protect them.
There's a
because we don't know of their pain, we don't even know we need to protect them.
Heal. That is it. It's not about all-night prayers for 1 week or 2 months without substance. That is not just the message.
It's about love, eh?
It's about love that covers everything.
You don't even know the ladies need love.
That is it.
I had a story when I went to one dinner. You know, in God Embassy, I'm used to that whenever I want to climb the step, everybody, even 10 men will rush you to give you a hand, you know, no matter what you're wearing, whether long or a shorter dress. But here, ladies were just in evening gowns, moving up and down the stairs. I was even scared that these ladies will fall. I went to one of them and I said, what are you guys doing? You should line up men to be giving ladies hands when they're climbing this. They say, oh, ma, please leave us. So we are looking for who will carry us. These African men. They don't even know simple things that, you know, we are used to already, what you taught us in the church that we do, that women should be given that even simple hand in her, you know, when she's wearing evening gown. So we have a lot of work to do with our culture. It's not everything there that should be accepted. Okay, it's been in my culture. My culture doesn't say that. We don't live by culture. We are people of the kingdom. We have a lot of things to change. Like you said, if you're already, especially those in diaspora, you have learned a lot of things that we used to, you know, dilute our culture, to know the things that we should remove from there, take some things here and change our world. Because a lot of things are going wrong there. A lot of women are dying in silence. I'm sorry to say, a lot of women don't even know what is called climax when it comes to making love. Because their man will just do their thing and go. And we don't teach this, we don't even mention it, you know, just be there for him and open up your legs and let him come in and go. But it shouldn't be that way. When a woman needs those emotions, when a woman is so built, as you have taught us, every cell of her organism is involved in everything that she does. But our African men especially, they don't know these things. Jesus. But thank God for all your teaching now. Men know, you know, I think that
women are
It's
speaking
changing
out.
men.
Yeah.
It's changing men. It's
Changing.
changing
And men
men.
also understand
It's
that.
changing men. Yeah.
I say that men, even sometimes, you must not wait for things to start happening. Kiss your woman all over, like doctor said, from heaven, from head to toe, just for no reason. Kiss her all over and leave her there. Don't even go further to making love to her. Just kiss her all over and leave her there. She's yours for months. You understand? These simple things, we don't do it because even holding hands with your husband in the street, most Nigerians, they don't do it. We go to churches, when they call us up, my husband will give me hand, they will start clapping as if it's a strange thing.
We are from,
Or you know,
we're
give me
aliens,
hand to
sort of.
climb this thing. To them it's, or you just kiss your husband on the cheek. Just those little things that a woman, you know, that needs to fill up her emotional cup. We don't do it in Africa. Women are just there, you know, I'm a mother, I have to cook for my husband, I have to take care of my kids. There's one good example when going to church. The husband will carry one big Bible in front. Now he's the pastor. And the woman will be pulling the children, 4 of them carrying one goodie. And the man is the head of the house with a big Bible moving in front. And the woman is, you know, it's a terrible thing.
Yeah.
So these are the things that, you know, little things that we should include in this Transformation Nigeria, Transformation Africa, we even term it, that we should, men's retreat should be very intense because that's where it starts.
That's right. And another thing is that men should always support their women, let them achieve their goals.
Right.
This way they open up. This way it can pass to their your daughters, to your sons at the same time. You know, a man that supports his wife, like I had it posted last week, that any man that supports his wife and encourages her to be the best that she can be, that is a superman.
Where are your books? You are releasing a book tomorrow.
Yes, we are releasing this book that's tomorrow on Amazon. The first one is Who's Right? He Said, She Said, Success for a Successful Union. Secrets to a successful union. We've been married for 13 years. Well, it's not small, it's not that much, but it's not the number that matters, it's the quality of the marriage that matters. And we thank God. We started at the beginning, we struggled. Then when we met Pastor Sunday, he helped us pick the puzzle of our lives back together. And we are having a wonderful marriage.
Right.
We don't want to just keep this to ourselves. That is very, very selfish. We have young people around us. We have people out there hurting. That's why we wrote this book, based on most of the teachings that Pastor Sunday has given us. Men need to understand what the woman is talking and what she's not even talking about. And men, you should also know when to encourage her. I know when to be sorry, says, darling, I'm sorry because I am right. Let her feel good. Even
If I go to Amazon, what do I look for? Ojibadus or what?
Yes, you can look for the names there. Obi and Nkiru Ojimado.
We'll share the
We'll
link.
share the link later.
As
Soon as the thing comes up, we're going to put up the link, and so that you can get access to the book.
Yeah, and this second one I wrote from the practical tips that I use that I use to make my marriage sweet. You know, we women, as I said earlier, sometimes we think that our men are soothsayers, they will know everything. But you have to be very loud in a lot of things, starting from the simple things. Darling, please, can you help me with a cup of water? To darling, okay, let's go to bed. You know, simple things that will make your marriage still on fire.
What's the name of the book?
Relationship 101.
Okay.
Best practical tips for a healthy relationship by Kiro Jiman. So the books will be on Amazon and Okada Books. You know, we have both soft copies and audio and hard copies. You can get them there. In case Amazon delays the release, it will be there tomorrow, today. No, not today, 13th, 14th.
13th is going to be tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
and if you we're having a kind of offer, discount. If you get this book within the first 3 days or the 2, you're going to buy them for a huge discount. So you go for them.
almost free.
Almost free, in fact.
Yeah, just to
get them, and leave your review also there to help others, get to know what the book is talking about. Yeah, we want to share our experience and the knowledge that we've acquired all these years to let it help people. Here, it doesn't matter who you are. You're still getting ready to marry. You're in marriage. Maybe you're out of one. It will still help you know what should happen and how you should handle your relationship when one comes.
Right.
Wonderful. The young lady here, I think you are the only one that is still single out of the people who have been talking so far.
It's true. My name is Caroline Sharonka.
Yeah, how are you receiving and seeing all those things where you'll be hearing?
I have to say, like, I've learned so much just sitting here and listening. A lot of things that I didn't know, but also a lot of things that now make sense to me. I've always been a bit strange, I think. I think that a lot of guys that I meet, they say that I'm playing hard to get, or I'm cold, or I don't show affection, but now I know why. I remember that I had a crush, I think, in the 7th grade, and just a crush. We weren't dating, we weren't even nothing. But when he ignored me and did not talk to me, do you know that thing shattered me for a year?
Yeah.
I didn't.
No.
A year.
It can't be.
A year.
It can't be.
A crush.
A year.
A year.
No, it's not possible.
It's possible.
Yeah.
And
No, what, a year?
a year. And in fact, the coming years, I couldn't talk to him normally. I couldn't even talk to him normally for the next 2 years. But anyways, that aside, what I learned from that was that I'm not a person, or I thought, no one comes to this earth with a manual. No one comes to this earth understanding why they're feeling the way that they do. They just feel it. We're just feeling all these feelings, women. And I don't know what that is. All I knew was that just because of one small thing from some guy, my whole world is shattered. I said, never again. No man will ever do that to me again. So I started developing certain things. I don't like being touched because, like she was saying, the history that you're asking for, why do we carry it? What are we carrying? The carry is a visceral memory. If a guy even touches you on your arm and you liked it, or if it felt something to you, there are feelings that I can still remember having from 10 years ago.
It's not possible.
That's it. Truly.
From 10 years ago.
Truly.
How?
Even if that's how we receive information.
Right.
That's how we receive information. The only way I can explain it is if you were to take like some string of gum and put it into the workings of a clock. It's just one piece of gum. You put it in the workings of a clock, it becomes a huge mess just from one thing.
Yes.
So that's kind of how women's emotions are, and
like I want you to dwell more on that. I want you to explain more on the fact that what Pastor Chris has said, that you just said now. So if that is just a crunch that you remember for a year, so that now explains why a woman's husband is dead and she cannot marry anymore. Or years later, she cannot remove the rings. She's thinking about, the man is in the grave. She's still thinking about it. You said the carry. We don't know what you mean. That, okay, for example, you're a boyfriend-girlfriend thing.
Okay, I'll use my parents. My dad was talking about him having a heart attack, and then my mother ends up in the hospital.
I don't understand that. We don't
Or
understand
a
that.
stroke. Just like the women want you to so understand them that you actually feel everything that they're feeling. It's because that's what they do naturally. It's not just
Information.
It's not just I got sick because I was stressed out. It's that I am actually feeling what you're feeling. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So if you are so attached to a man and he is having a problem, you're also having the same problem.
Are you serious?
Yes. This is not complicated for us. This is just natural response. Pastor Chris was saying, we were taken out of the man's body. If you think that we're not going to feel.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
That's the origin.
So
Okay,
I think,
let me tell you what happens. A boy dates a girl. I think we had a nice time. And he goes on to date another girl. What does that do to a girl? What's she feeling when they break up like that and he goes to take another girl?
You know, it depends on where in the stage is. If this is her first boyfriend, it's going to shatter her.
It doesn't matter. 4 seconds.
No, in the second, but as it continues, she will take this experience that she had before as kind of like it will be harder for her to open up in the next relationship.
Why?
And if it happens again, she will become even harder in the next relationship.
Why?
Because she's carrying each one of those experiences.
What experience? What is she carrying?
The hurt, the pain, she is carrying.
She remembers it in the head or where?
That's what I mean. When I said I viscerally remember things from 10 years ago.
That's memory? Because for me, I'm thinking of memory.
This
It's just like saying your name is Andrew. I just remember it. That's what it means.
Okay.
That's the way men function. I remember in my head. Andrew, okay. But what do you mean carry? You just remember it?
The feelings.
Visceral. Oh, and this internet doesn't want to work. That's why I was saying visceral. It's like you're feeling it in your body. You're feeling it in your pain sensors. You're feeling it in your stomach. You're feeling it in your arms, your legs. You're feeling everything. I mean, okay.
Thank you for saying that. You are feeling it. So you are not just remembering in the head.
No.
Feeling it where? Say those things again.
You're feeling it. I mean, you're feeling it in your fingers. You're feeling it in your toes. You're feeling it in your arms. You're feeling it in your heart. You're feeling your bones. You're feeling your muscles. You're feeling in your head, in your brain. You're feeling it in your dry mouth, or whether it's you're just feeling it everywhere.
Because you broke up?
Yes. I mean, I had a crush. I had a crush, and I was depressed for a year. In the 7th grade. I wasn't even a woman yet. I don't even know what that is. I mean, the thing is, even now, if I'm interested in someone and I think that there's promise, and then for some reason it breaks off or whatever, I literally will have pain. Bodily pain.
Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that. And you feel something in the stomach, in the hand, or things like that?
I will feel like my body is imploding.
Thank you for saying that, because we don't know what that means. The only time I feel something in my body is when physically something touches my body. So we don't, because it's not wired together.
Exactly, it's like every cell in your body.
Like you are wired together, all intertwined. So you feel everything everywhere. But even though I can explain it, because I know in my head, but that's just information.
Yeah, you don't feel it.
I don't feel it.
At all, yeah. You don't feel it.
So you can imagine, though, if this is your first time feeling something like pain from a man, how shattering that is to your world, you know? Because up to that point, you don't know that you're intertwined like that. You don't know that a man can actually just say something small or do something small, and your entire being is disrupted. So when it happens, it really jars you, and I would say it even determines the self-worth of a woman at that point, the first time. Because I've watched, in the same 7th grade, I've watched girls determine their future right when whatever guy that they had an involvement with either treated them well or didn't treat them well. I've seen them make the decision that they're going to be the loose one, or they're going to be the cold one, or they're going to be the person who doesn't trust, or they're going to be the person who trusts too much, or they're going to be the one who's going to be always worried about the man leaving. I remember, the actions of my friends reacting to just one boy who just did something to them. I can see them making the decision from that day. I know who they're going to be at 25 years old. Or 50, if they haven't changed by then.
You said you dislike touch. Why?
Oh, there's a bunch of things. Let me just get this list out. I just was making a list of it. I don't like being touched. I'm very slow to engage. I don't even like the semblance. I don't even give it a semblance of interest when I meet someone. I'm not impressed by nice words. I pay attention to sacrifices, tangible things that men do.
But those are your protective...
Exactly. And these are things that I've learned even just from crushes. Do you understand? When something happens to me, I make a note. And every woman does it. the way that she reacts to that note that she made, that's her decision. Sometimes they're closed off, sometimes they just accept it and they just allow it to happen to them over and over again. But I watch everything. But people will say I'm cold and I'm hard to get. But what it really is I know how I'm affected by things. And I know that if I allow myself to be taken with you by your nice word or your touch or whatever, I know that I'm going to remember that thing. If it doesn't follow through, I know that I'm going to remember that thing. So I don't even pay attention. Why? If I don't see you give me tangible result, like tangible sacrifice, why am I even paying attention? Because I can't trust that you're going to follow through. So I know that if you don't follow through, I'm going to remember whatever it is. Like, I can't let myself be taken by that. And the funny thing is that I've read books about successful women, and each of them that are successful, they made sure at a young age, they made a decision never to rely on a man, never to allow themselves to be dependent on, or their happiness or their success or their fulfillment to be dependent on a man at a young age. And I think that's why part of the reason they're so successful.
Because feelings can easily be manipulated, and then it becomes hurt to them, right?
Yes.
But men don't know they carry the hurt.
Of course not. Like I said, no one has a manual. A girl, this whole circle that you're doing, that opened my eyes. I don't know that I am a circle of colors. All I know is I'm feeling all this stuff in my body. I don't even know that men
but those
are not
notes
feeling
that
that.
you're making, those notes must turn to a book. Or they must turn to a program like this. Because I want my girls, right now as I'm listening to you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking of my girls. Because it's one thing for me to tell them as information. But when you are saying it right now, I want my girls to listen to this. Because you are saying it in a way that only girls will understand. And I couldn't say it that way. So that's why I want you to write it into a book or turn them into video classes like this or something like that. That you actually feel physical pain because somebody had a crunch. And your stomach and your hand, you actually remember where you feel the pain. Because when she said you feel it all over, I just say all over. That doesn't mean anything to me. When you mention stomach, hand, finger.
I even have muscle pain. Like, you can actually touch my body and I'll be feeling pain.
And nobody beat you?
But that's psychological. That's what the topic of this is, psychological differences. That is it. Every cell in the body of the woman, responds to that rejection. Every cell, and that's even taking sex out of it. That's taking sex out of it. This is just crush.
So if sex is involved, what happens?
Oh, it's dilapidating. Serious. And that's why, do you know a lot of women end up in psychiatric hospitals? A lot of women, when a husband, a man walks out on them, or either, well, maybe in the extreme cases, but become zombies. And too many women are wounded. But the thing is, the women should begin to work in who they are, know who they are. And also, if a man cannot represent God well, because if he doesn't love God, he can't love you. If he must love God and honor God.
Love God. Just don't allow those things to happen. Just don't go grave. The guy loves God. He doesn't just know that you are feeling those things. He loves God, but he doesn't even think seriously about it. So don't even give room.
If he loves God in the first place, you won't go and sleep with someone you're
not
married.
sleeping.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what you want me to say. But
You made a list.
oh, well, there's some things like, I think that this is like we were talking about how women observe several things at once. Like these are some of the reasons why, because we know that small things affect us on more levels than one. So we're going to be very, very careful. When we meet a guy for the first time, we're going to be looking him up and down. We're going to be, assessing him because of these kinds of things. The thing about abortion, I don't know if you want me to say this, but The thing about abortion is that I've talked to God about that too. I've never had an abortion, but I've talked to God about, okay, why is this really a problem? And I felt like God said to me, the moment a conception happens, not only your entire body, your entire being, not just not your physical body,
So
your
not just-
psychology,
okay.
your emotion, your everything is preparing for a child. If you get rid of that child, your body's in chaos. Your body's actually searching for what happened to the baby. That body is, if you die, your womb will actually protect the child. If you die in a snowstorm, the womb is protecting the child. So if something comes in to come and take that baby, you think your whole psychological, your whole emotional, everything is going to be scattered because the whole body is trying to protect this child, and not only that, but if you take it into the spiritual realm, the whole earth is waiting for us, right? So the whole earth, whether or not we see it, the whole earth is preparing for the child. You said you're going into a dark tunnel like you're going to hell. The whole earth is looking what happened to the child. What happened to our Savior?
The whole earth is waiting for the manifestation.
And it's saying we don't even have a chance to bring the child.
Every child is a destiny.
And I think when I was hearing you, I was so burdened. I felt like God was just like, I can't, even the whole earth is mourning, is crying over every baby. That's our salvation. We're now in bondage again because you can't even let the child come to life. And and I said it before, women and men, we're textbooks for God. You're looking at a woman saying she's doing wahala, she's too emotional, she wants me to be affectionate to her all day. God wants the same thing. God doesn't want you to give him one day a week. This is a textbook for God. This is a textbook for our relationship with God.
Okay.
Everything that you said, this applies. You're looking for things that apply to all women. This is a universal thing.
Yes.
I think everything that is a universal rule, can be found in the nature of God.
Yeah.
And so, if we're seeing it within each other, it means that we don't understand something about God.
So the qualities I'm seeing in the ladies are the desires of God. What God also needs from me.
Or can you say that? Oh, God only wants one day a week.
Affection.
Or he only wants me to show him love and worship.
It's constant.
A woman doesn't just want to be touched. She wants to be also told something. She also wants to. God doesn't just want to be prayed to or just be worshipped. He also wants you to put it into your work. He also wants you to put it into your relationship.
So my observation of woman is actually revealing to me who God is.
God is.
So we are actually mirroring the nature of God. So when I say in people, in men, you see God. So when women are observing other people, or men also, they are supposed to be discovering God.
God. That's why I say if he loves his God, he must represent God, love God. Then you can see God in him and relate with him in that sense.
Yeah, but people, we do things to each other because we are not thinking that we are all reflecting what God demands and wants. So actually, I'm studying not just Caroline right now. I'm studying God. My relationship with God.
Yeah. But God it's already there. Says submit to him as he would submit to God. So he represents God. So when the woman sees him, he sees God. She sees God in him.
Caroline, it will be a crime for you if you leave Ukraine and you don't begin your own project anyhow.
Okay.
Either that is going to be like this, live, either it's going to be a recording, either it's going to be in form of drawings, either it's going to be in form of, what they call it, cartoons, or I don't know. Mm-hmm. But your passion, when you don't reserve it and hold it back, but when you give yourself free flow and expression, it's magical. Mm-hmm. And I think God is giving you identity, God is giving you calling, God is giving you assignment. God is giving you heavenly task, even at this time as we are talking. And God is launching you. And so I'm looking at this as your launch, and as something that you must then take to TED, take to, to promote to YouTube, and promote it everywhere. Because even though you say you have not gone through much, but what you've gone through, what you know, what you're learning, they're already too much for ordinary person of this generation. So they don't even know half, 1% of what we are talking about right now. And that textbook that people don't come to the world with, still they are looking for those textbooks. And that textbook is being compiled by you through what you know, study and feel and all that. And I need to get educated. Somebody is writing now, I'm calling my children right now to listen to her. And that's why the camera is on you as I'm talking, not on me. It's all on you. They are calling their kids, everybody's calling their kids to just come and listen to her. And if you make an announcement now that I'm starting my video on live TV, live program every this time, you will see so many people come on. So if you get a date now and you tell us, you just know that that's your, maybe 1st of January, 1st of December,
Okay.
I start doing something, but let us know your Skype or whatever, your name or your platform.
You can start watching me December 1st on YouTube. I'll put up a video. My channel is Color Me Caroline.
What?
Color Me Caroline.
Color me.
Yes, I can write it down.
Like color painting me?
Yes, I'll just write it down.
Color me Caroline. Will it be the same thing on Facebook?
I could do one on Facebook.
Yeah, you could even open the page that will call Color Me Caroline.
Can you see it?
Yes, Color Me Caroline. So a Facebook name could actually be called like this too.
Okay, I'll make one.
And this is YouTube.
Yes, YouTube.
Do you know what you are going to be addressing? Just life in general?
Okay, let me make it January 1st.
January 1st.
So I can have the month to put more stuff together.
January 1st. From January 1st.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But I think I should talk to you about, some things.
Okay. Because I think that you've just given us a lot of protective edge. If you don't mind, could you repeat those things that you don't feel and you don't say and you don't allow yourself to feel, to experience?
These
that
are
have become protection to you, because so many girls just don't know how to bring about that protection for themselves, and that's why they fall into the eyes of the wrong relationships. So what are those things you say you don't do or you do, and that makes men to think that you are cold or you are inaccessible?
Yeah, I think that I'm very protective of my body. Okay. I don't just allow anybody to touch me.
Okay.
And I'm very slow to engage my heart. And in meeting a new person, I'll just, assess them like an acquaintance, like a friend.
Okay.
I refrain from showing a whole lot of interest.
Okay.
Because sometimes, especially, you can know, women have an instinct. You can know when somebody is trying to egg you on. They're trying to give you nice, they're trying to stir up something in you.
Okay.
And I'm not impressed by nice words.
Okay.
I like to see tangible sacrifices from men.
Okay.
I watch everything. I mean, the way, even where their eye is going, even, everything. And these are just things that I do. I don't know how right they are. I just know that this is how I process things and how I've reacted, because I know now.
And they've become your protection.
Yeah. They've at least kept me in my right mind long enough to make a correct assessment. And I think that's really what I like to do. I don't want to close off from what God wants to bless me with, but I want to be in my sane mind long enough so that I can go to God with my right mind. Because, you know, some women, they are already stirred up in emotion, and then they go to God and say, they can't even receive anything. I'm trying to keep myself in my right mind long enough to make a correct assessment. Has this man actually done anything? Is this something that has to be done right now? What is going on in my own life? You know, those kind of questions. Really, it's just about keeping yourself, keep yourself. Don't let your emotions overtake your mind.
So put a protective edge around yourself, mentally and emotionally.
Yes, and I think that is taken care of, honestly, by what you said. Focusing on your purpose. It's taken care of because you know where you need to go. And of the women that I've read about, like your wife told us she loves Melody Hobson. She's one of my favorites too. And so is Beyonce Knowles. These women, they're so focused on their goal.
Yeah.
Any kind of man who has some silly thing to give, they don't even pay attention. I have somewhere to go. If you're not going somewhere with me, bye, I don't have time for you. And that's kind of the mentality. All of this are just small things. But that's the mentality I try to go after. I try to go after a mentality of, if you're not going anywhere, I'm sorry, I'm on my way. You know, like, you're just in my way. If you're just going to sit here talking about you want wife and baby, okay, if you don't have no purpose, bye. You know?
Let's give it out of applause. This is the father of that beautiful, wise girl.
Well, it will shock you all out there that I never had a father. And we discussed this before Caroline came into our life. We took 2 years off just to travel. Was that we're not going to bring any child to this world unless we are ready to train them. What you see in Caroline now started from, I believe she was 6 years old, if I'm not wrong, where we just sacrificed ourselves. We got, Pastor Sunday was teaching us, he said, don't go cheap. We spend a lot of money sending these kids to private school to make sure that professionals are teaching them. You haven't met our brother. He's more pragmatic than her. We were talking to somebody this morning about how we raise them at breakfast. That Caroline has been going through professional training on how to manage money, about life generally. I mean, they're adults. We took them to Disney World. They weren't going for toys. They wanted to go and watch articles about great people. At the age of 10, who does that? So what you see in them, we just thank God that we got it right. It's not like I knew how to do it, like I told everybody at HMT yesterday. It's not me. I wasn't even around. I was just making money. But we really thank God for how she's turned out. Somebody was asking, what do you mean by tangible sacrifice? That's what I just mean by tangible sacrifice. She's seen it all her life. She knows what I have to do. Even when I'm in pain, I'm still getting up and going to work to provide for the family. So if you're a man out there, before you bring a woman to your life, sit down and count the costs. Just ask yourself. I remember what my premarital counselor told me before I married my wife. He said, you want to tell me you love your wife? I said, with all my heart. He said, no, you don't love her. I said, I do. He said, show me your life insurance policy that she's going to own if something happens to you tomorrow. Never thought of it. You know, the second day, I put $100,000 on me and I came to show it to him. He said, now, I believe you love her. You know, what Pastor Sonny was teaching us, I've seen a lot of comments here that says that this is a platform for healing, and they are professionals like Pastor Kiro, Pastor Chris, who have been sharing with us. But let me tell you statistics that I had recently. Nevada is the capital, they call it Sin City. They did a study. They found out that when the Christians come to town for their conferences, the number of pornography watching goes way up. And they were wondering, these are Christians, these are pastors. Why is it that we sell a lot of pornographic movies in our hotels? It shocked me to find out when they started interviewing the prostitutes. So why do you think the Christians are the ones that do the call girls and things? And one of the prostitutes said, it's easy. Men like to have sex. And we professional prostitutes, we know how to give sex. And the guy said, I'm confused. But they are married. Okay, here's the punchline here. Men, if you're having sex with your wife, you haven't started loving. Women will give you sex, but they won't make love to you until they are wrapped up. Remember that diagram? Until you wrap them around your finger like a floss, getting ready to use it. Then they will make love to you. That actually explains why people will spend millions of dollars watching pornography, going out with prostitutes. Prostitutes know how to give sex, but they won't give you love. Pastor, thank you very much. This is a healing platform. I really enjoy what you're doing. Let's take it to the next level. Caroline, you got your challenge. Pastor Chris, I was talking to Pastor Inkiro and Brother Obi. Now listen, what they know, they need to start from high school. What we are talking about is late for some people. You just heard from Caroline, from 7th grade. That's even middle school. I didn't even know this.
Exactly. Imagine how many girls are going through that, and they can't tell their parents.
So you guys got a job to do. You're going to go start reformation in Nigeria. Let's start from high school, even from primary school. Start teaching people how not to be messed up, so that hopefully they won't have all these issues that we're talking about. So thank you very much out there. Please just keep the faith.
You raise your hand.
No, it's been. Can I say something, sir?
Okay.
Yeah, when Caroline was about abortion, right? When a woman has an abortion, the pains and the emotions goes right even till death. It doesn't go away.
Are you serious?
Because each time that word comes up, something goes up in you. You know, it's forever. It doesn't go away. So, men, if your woman trusts you enough to open up to you, to tell you that I went through this, be there for her. Because most men use what their women have told them to judge them later. Maybe she told you, she decided to trust you, open up to you. Now you get married, the woman is not able to have babies. You start going about telling everybody it's because, you know, she had abortion, that's why she doesn't have babies. I heard stories like that too. Then the woman is shattered. She doesn't even know where to put herself just because she decided to be open to you. She decided to share her story with you. It's devastating. So you men should help us, you know, to trust you, to be able to open up to you, to tell you the pains that we go through. And you put it, you know, just between the two of you, you know. Don't go about telling everybody, you know, having babies is not your goal on earth. We have a lot of babies that are crying, waiting for who will take them
Parents,
in. Go and better somebody's life. It's even more gracious to have such babies that are not from your loins, because you're giving you're just giving without waiting for anything. You're giving to somebody that will never pay you back, and God honors such things. So help us to be open to you. Help us when we open up to you, not to make us, you know, make us useless in front of everybody. Because if a woman had an abortion and she opens up, tomorrow she doesn't have a baby, and you're telling everybody it's because of her abortion that she doesn't have a baby, you've killed the woman. So
can I just... I'm Pastor Chris Ogelembe. I just want to appeal to pastors, because there's a church culture as well, where people that, you know, especially women with a past, are basically they're not accepted, even though they go to church. The moment you know about them, then you don't want to ordain them, you don't want to do this, you don't want to. Can we just remove the church culture and put a God culture in our church? The God culture of love.
What do you mean? Love. They don't want to. They don't want.
There are churches where single women, especially divorced or whatever, they're not ordained.
What's the problem with that?
They're not ordained. That's the truth of the matter. Yeah, they can't lead a church. Yeah, that's the truth. They're not. So that means we're still tying them, to their past. If we can just begin to open up in churches and begin to accept them, because that's the place they have come. It's an hospital. And if an hospital should say, no, we can't get you treated here, that's even worse. So if we can just begin to allow them to open up and be themselves, a lot of other people will be healed. And if a lot of other women will begin to come out, and it will, because Pastor Sunday is trying his best and is teaching us, like he said, he's releasing it from information he knows, but he doesn't actually feel what we feel. No. So if other women can start to talk about it, then a lot of others will be delivered, So as a result of this platform and Pastor Sunday's mentorship, I've started, an online broadcasting on relationship and family matters.
What days
prior to coming, I did it every day in the morning, but we're moving it to the evening, every day from Monday to Friday, 8:30. It's live, 8:30. Yeah, Facebook Live, 8:30 to 9 o'clock in the evening. That's what it's going to be. So we'll move it from morning to evening, so we can just begin to open up on all of this and receive healing for as many women as are out there, because we're full of potentials and God is depending on us. Go and become whom. If you don't have this book, please just go and get it. Honestly, this book would deliver you. Go on Amazon. It's on Amazon. It's on Okada book. It will really help to set you free. Every woman, and even every man, but every woman, I'm appealing to you to please get it. God bless you. We're so grateful, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
We know so little. And it's even worse when we know nothing or little about what other human beings are going through all around us, and we don't even have an idea. So I want to appeal to everybody that has been following me, that will count themselves part of this platform. I'm part of Pastor Sunday's platform on live stream, Facebook live stream, to identify their own area, their own questions, their own promised land, their own area where they need to bring light. Darkness is killing all of us. Mm. Ignorance is destroying us. We are killing each other because of ignorance. We need somebody to bring light to some place, to some questions, to some areas of life. We need illumination. We need insight. We need somebody to help us see. And we need information to get out. We need promotion. We need marketing. We need public relations. We need advertisements of the truth. We need everybody to turn their past to their victories, to turn their sorrow to their testimonies. We need everybody not to waste their experiences and their pain, but to turn their pain to their springboard and their stories. And we need everybody to be set free thanks to the truth and light coming forth. Help us to know you better, men, ladies. Help us to understand you. Help us, men. I think we should even have ladies starting programs, not just to the women. I would like to see ladies starting program just for men. Just women starting programs oriented and directed to men to help us understand them and what they're going through. To help us understand our daughters better. To help us understand our women better, our wives better. To help us understand our mothers better. Women should come forth with their feelings to us men, to just speak to us men. We have them all around us. We see them. But what we see stops at cosmetics, hairstyle. We never see inside. We men don't see inside. Help us to see and feel. Help us to become husbands. Help us to love you. Help us to become fathers. Help us to know what the desire of a baby girl is. Help us to know what our daughters want from us. Help us to know how to father you, how to protect you. Help us to know how to father you as our wives. When my wife tells me that, it might not be as so strong, but I need a lady to tell me what for my wife, to speak for my wife. I need another woman to speak for my daughter, for my mother, for my sister. We need women speaking from everywhere, not just one. I might not come across that one. I want to have hundreds of them so that I run into one by accident. Thank you, guys. We are going to HMT, and I hope we'll be live on HMT. So if some of you want to join us in the next 10 minutes or 20 minutes, we'll be live again, doing HMT live. We are grateful. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.